welcome to the Ratio and Ritual mini pod. Think of this as a companion to our written interviews on the Substack. It's kind of like a short but intimate snippet where I'll further explore how my favorite people and my most inspiring friends think, how they live. We'll talk about what's inspiring them right now, and really excited. So before we dive in, let me introduce today's guest. If you guys click back to the written piece that we posted about her, you'll be able to learn a lot more about how we met and what I find so inspiring about my good friend Isabella. Well, good morning, Isabella. Do
Hi, good morning.
you want to
Thanks for
give a...
having me.
Yeah, I'm so excited. This is your first out the gate for written and for video, so we're
Amazing.
we're peas in a pod here. I love it. Do you want to give a quick intro and tell some folks a little about yourself? Maybe they didn't read the written piece yet.
Sure, yeah. Hi, I'm Isabella. I'm a photographer and director, and I also DJ. I live in Los Angeles, and yeah,
That's awesome. Yeah, Isabella and I have known each other for years. Actually, don't know exactly how many years. I was trying to figure that out, but I feel like at least 6 or 7, maybe longer. I don't even know
I
anymore.
think longer. Yeah, I think it's been longer than that.
Crazy. Well, if you want to learn more about how we met and worked together, you can go read the written piece, but let's jump into it. So, for this series, I'm just going to ask you, Isabella, a handful of questions. Some will be sort of like reflections on your mindset, maybe more about how you find meaning as you move through the world. It's a crazy world right now, or even some things about like your favorite products or rituals. So, it's kind of like a quick snapshot portal into your brain today. So, let's jump in.
Great. All right.
Before we get to like the kind of pre-written questions and quick takes, what are you up to for Thanksgiving? Does the holiday have like any special meaning for you or like fond memories or traditions associated?
You know, I'm not a huge holiday person, but for Thanksgiving, I always went to a hotel, and would just be around people and kind of like the ones who don't have a huge family to go home to. So, and I feel like I fall into that category. So I still go to a hotel. There was a while where I would go to TG, the bar in Atwater with the sparkly green ceiling. There was a family that owned it and they were so sweet and they would make food for everyone and we'd hang out and but now I just go to a hotel and yeah.
With Smokey, your beautiful cutie.
I don't know if I'll bring her.
Oh.
Yeah, because I like to go later at night, not like midday.
Oh, you don't
But
stay. You just like go have a drink, you
oh
mean?
yeah, just go
Yeah.
have a drink at a hotel and some food.
There's
Yeah.
a lot of iconic hotels in LA that are great people watching. I imagine like on a holiday, it's an even more interesting mix of people to see who's like
Yeah.
traveling with family or solo or at the
That's what
bar.
exactly. That's what feels like festive to me.
Love it. Well, I'll have to join you.
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll jump into the full-on hot takes. So what's something that inspired you this week or recently?
In the process of moving all my records, they're completely disorganized and I've been pulling records that I haven't that I didn't even remember that I had and listening to them and just being like, "Oh wow, this is amazing." This morning I was listening to some Icelandic records that I got when I was in Iceland, and they're all over the place, like kind of experimental. There's like a disco one, there's kind of like a, I don't know, punk
Cool.
young like rock band one. But yeah, so listening to stuff that I haven't listened to in years, that's been really inspiring and kind of like taking me back to
That's
different
so
trips
awesome.
and
I love
stuff.
when you like the one good thing about moving is when you do that too, you kind of like find things that were tucked away. So what's the last great book that you read?
Oh, walking through clear water in a pool
Oh, the one you
painted
mentioned.
black. Yeah, the one I mentioned. It's just, I keep rereading it and just like giving it to people and sharing it. And it has everything in it. Like
Yeah.
it's incredible. I love her writing. I feel like it's so honest that you just like instantly are connected with her. And it's just such an easy read because
Mm.
it's exciting and funny and
Is it kind of
just
like aphoristic, like just little quick snippets and thoughts, or more structured
it's
than
a
that?
it's a collection of her of like short
Mhm.
writings. And my friend Hetty, he went through like floppy disks and emails of hers and just like her archives, and found things that had never been published before. And then the way that they're put together in the collection, it has like a really nice flow to it. And yeah, it kind of goes everywhere. So that was the last thing that I read that I just like
Mhm.
can't stop talking about.
I need to borrow it when I come over tomorrow.
Yeah. Yeah.
The edition's beautiful too. All of their books
Mhm.
look so nice.
Yeah.
Another thing you mentioned in the written piece, which everyone should go read, it's a great one. You mentioned being, first of all, being like a big film buff, which you know I'm also a huge film nerd, so we need to talk more about that too. But you specifically called out Kathleen Boyatt and her work. Do you have like
Mhm.
a favorite film of hers? And can you tell us about it?
I was just watching Perfect Love.
I don't know that one.
It was a couple, a man and a woman, and the woman was much older than the young man, and they were in a relationship, and she had a young daughter, like a teenage, 20-year-old daughter. I'm sure I'm getting that wrong.
Mhm.
Anyway, it was a true story. This woman, she was murdered by her boyfriend, and I feel like this is all so heavy.
That's okay. That's all of her films. I mean, I've only seen a handful. I've seen Fat Girl, which is like
Yeah.
amazing. I've seen what's the one with Asia Argento? I can't think of the name of it.
Yeah. Yeah,
Something
yeah.
Mistress, the something Mistress.
hmm Yeah, and that one's
Um,
more recent. This one is
oh
96.
wow.
And yeah, it starts off, and in the book I was reading, she talks about how she used the like police account, basically, like the
Wow.
real, just verbatim what was said in the script,
Mhm.
and and then everything else, she wrote and is, from her mind, of like what she imagines the what is it? Perfect love,
Mhm.
about the rest of their relationship, but it starts with that, and the beginning is just like
Mhm.
really heavy. And knowing that that was what was said is also pretty
So fun
crazy.
to read, like the inspiration behind. I just Chris, my partner, you know Chris, more for other people.
Mhm.
My partner Chris gave me a book about David Lynch's like academic career and sculpture work, which I didn't know a lot about, and
Oh,
how it really
wow,
informed
yeah.
on his filmmaking later in life. So fun to hear more about our favorite
Yeah.
filmmakers and their inner workings and whatnot. Did you have another favorite film this year? You
I
watch three a day sometimes, you said? That's
I
crazy.
do. Yeah. I recently, in the past few weeks, I saw One Battle After Another
Yeah.
in VistaVision in 35 millimeter projected horizontally. And then I also saw Crispin Glover's film Know You're Wrong, or Spooky Action at a Distance. And that was also projected in 35 millimeter. And the seeing those like within the same week was just really incredible, because I think it's a format that both of them I was seeing projected, so they hadn't degraded as much as, when you see something in 70, or just a film that's being played all the time, that degradation happens. And there was something about the quality that was really beautiful, and really struck me, because I felt like
Mhm.
you could see really what the lenses were doing in a way that it hadn't like jumped out to me visually in a long time. And that's what I love about film, is like seeing through someone else's eyes, and getting
Mhm.
to really like see what the lenses were doing. And some of those shots were so beautiful, and they're both like completely different films,
Mhm.
but to see them in the same format within a few days of each other was really, really
And Kristen
interesting.
makes it sort of interactive, right? Like he gives a presentation or a slideshow and a talk. I saw him once. I can't remember the name of the film. I know he's only done a few of his own, but it was all cast with differently abled folks. I think
Hmm
maybe all Down syndrome,
hmm
besides him, and he played Satan, I want to say. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. Yes, of
Probably
course.
like 12,
Yeah.
15 years ago. And at that one, same, he gave like a talk and had this kind of like whole mythos and world building of like a text that he was doing a slideshow of or something.
hmm
Pretty wild.
Yes. It's kind of like a night with Crispin. It's really fun. He did a very similar format thing where he read from some books, and it was very performance, and then played the film, and then did a question and answer. And actually, that film came up because
Mhm.
and David Lynch, because he said that he had had a meeting with David Lynch about potentially like being involved in a
Wow.
different film, but David Lynch had thought that it was that film. And so in an interview and maybe in a book, he had written like, "Oh yeah, I'm involved in this film." And Crispin had to like contact him and be like, "Oh no, it's a different film actually." Um,
Um,
yeah.
so funny. Man, did they actually end up working together? Because those two minds together, I feel like the film would just light on fire or something. It's like,
Yeah.
wow.
In the question and answer, it sounded like it didn't
Mm.
come to fruition, but
I feel
they
like you'd
did,
know.
they did know each other. They did meet and talk about, ideas. And I think the format of film is when you love something like that to meet people who share that love. I feel this way in stills and in motion, like to be able to just talk to people who are equally obsessed with a format like that is very gratifying. And I could talk for hours about it. I could spend days. So
Yeah,
yeah, it sounded like they
you've been doing a lot more work in motion over the last like 5 years, I feel like too.
yeah.
How's that been?
It's been really fun because sort of where I'm a visual person. I think in visuals, and I started off in film and studied that a lot in college, and I never really thought I would even be a photographer professionally. But then when I found myself a professional photographer, I always thought, oh, well, I could never really get into directing or motion. And then when I started doing it, it just really like reignited that love for me. That is where everything started, and also where I always go when I'm searching for, a concept or for visuals. I always turn to film, and that's what really inspires me. So, it's really fun to be working more in motion and to getting into different cameras and stuff. I shot two music videos in the last year for a band, Sharpie Smile. They're amazing. They're on Drag City. Um, and they were very different videos. One was took a lot of planning. We had a whole crew. It was very we had knew what the shots were. It was very like methodical and thought out. And then I edited that video as well. So editing it was like I knew I had shot exactly what I needed, and it all came together perfectly. And then the second video we did was very like off the cuff, like late night, just me and them, and it was really fun and totally different. And it's just like the beauty of how those things work is you kind of like let it dictate to you what it's supposed to be. And I love how they both turned out.
Yeah.
I shot their album cover too, and did the artwork for the whole record, and it's amazing.
So
They're
great. One of
great.
the things I remember about you being on still sets is you're very dynamic. Like you move a lot, you're touching and like very commanding in a space in that kind of set environment. Does that look different when you're on a film set, or how does your style shift at all? Is it pretty much the same?
I don't know. I'm so unaware of what I do that it's only when I see somebody, has taken a video of me working that I'm like, oh, I do that. That's interesting. I didn't know that I sound like that or that I'm moving like that. But I do feel when I'm shooting anything, motion is so like physical motion for myself and just where my eyes are and moving with my subject and feeling, what's interesting, and kind of I have to find that with my body. I
Mhm.
feel like so much of my work is actually like getting on the correct frequency of whatever I'm shooting. And that feels like a very physical process for me.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm sure I'm moving all around. And actually in video, especially with music videos, in the playback when I'm editing is when I hear like my shuffling around or the things that I'm saying. And I can, in the second video, um, it was just us like on this dock in San Pedro and and my friend Jack helped with the lighting and it's just the four of us and I'm like talking to everyone and that's when I sort of like snap out of whatever happens on set. I feel very unconscious of what I'm doing, so yeah.
Amazing. You put your whole body into it. You can feel the movement and energy behind it as well.
Yeah.
Um, okay, so let's pivot into sound because I know DJing and music both are such a big part of your life. So, is there a particular song that kind of like resets your system, or an artist, or even a sound?
Sometimes I'm like overstimulated musically. There was a time where I was really into the sound of glass, like the different ways glass can sound, and I went a little too deep. I was listening to like glass harmonica, like breaking glass, like experimental glass music. And I feel like I get with music, I get kind of like fixated on things and then I'll listen to them over and over and over again and kind of like hear different things or it'll take on a different meaning. But I usually get pretty obsessed with something and then we'll like play that out until the obsession fades away.
Could
Um,
have had an all glass set at our wedding if we had
yeah.
too far. I'm kidding.
Would you like an all glass experimental DJ set?
Oh my God,
Um,
hit me up.
oh, I was just listening to the Pastels.
Mm,
I've been really into this band called Dolly Mixture.
mm,
Um, they're amazing. Kind of like in the same vein as like the Marine Girls or something, but um, their recordings are the ones I like. Some of them are just demos, and
mm.
um, I like the way they're recorded, and the sound is really great, and her voice is really incredible. The songs are amazing. So I've been listening to those a lot, and I probably will like play them. I've
Mm.
been playing them on repeat, so I'll just continue that until
All right, a couple more for you. So if you find yourself with like an hour of free time, just completely uninterrupted time for yourself, how do you like to spend it?
I spend I try to like sneak some relaxation in every day, whether that's like sitting in my garden or taking my dog for a walk or something like that.
Mhm.
Um,
You still have the tub? No.
I sold it.
Ah, that's
I
right.
sold it, but I miss it.
Tell
I
them
had a
tell
hot
about
tub,
yes, outdoor hot
a,
tub,
a makeshift outdoor hot tub.
cowboy
Uh,
jacuzzi, if you
yeah.
will.
Yeah. Now I just do all my homemade hot springs in the bathtub.
I'm right there.
Um, oh yeah, I'm really overdue for a hot spring trip, I think.
There you go. That sounds amazing. Like
I,
backpacking to a hot spring or more of a, okay, yeah.
yeah, any of that, all of that.
There's some up in near Ventura
Yes.
that are really beautiful.
I think lately I've been going to bookstores and kind of just rummaging around and I've been really into like going to art galleries. I saw a painting show at the Getty that was really amazing. Yeah, Arcana, the art bookstore. I love it there. I can just like walk around. If I had an afternoon that I wasn't doing anything, that's probably right now what I would want to do. There's
Spaghetti.
yeah, yeah. Arcana has all this. I mean, I really love ephemera too, like
Mhm.
magazines and publications from like a specific time that, aren't recorded online, and we don't have the library was basically our record for all that stuff. And then the after a certain time has passed, they get rid of those. And Arcana has such a great collection of all that stuff, like really amazing, experimental music magazines with like incredible interviews with amazing artists,
Have you been to
love.
the Philosophical Research Society?
Yes, I love their library.
Beautiful
Their
space.
programming is great. They have show great films there.
I
Yeah.
just went to a Kenneth Anger screening with Brian. I can't think of his name.
Butler,
Yeah,
Brian Butler. Yeah.
or Lucifer Rising. That was really fun. It was
Yeah.
um, they screened a couple surprise pre-release versions of earlier short films too, which was really nice.
Wow.
And his presentation is just like so theatrical. It's very fun. He's like
Yeah.
reading from this dark tome and poetic prose and just a great experience. And that place is beautiful. So anyone in LA, check it out. We only have a couple minutes, so
Okay.
bring it to a holiday place. I know you're not big on holidays, but so many folks are thinking about celebrating the people they love,
Yes.
even in small ways. What are like some of your favorite things right now that you think others should know about as they think about gifting season? Like any special recs or
Mhm.
products or experiences, things that you find yourself using over and over?
I love like gifting experiences. And I think maybe it's being a tourist or something. I love the Korean spas in LA are great. That's a great gift that I give to friends. Just like a day to use the saunas
Best.
and hot tubs and all that stuff. I got myself for Christmas. I bought myself a gift already.
Really?
I got myself a red light face mask that
Mm.
two
Which
of my
one?
friend the monastery
Oh
one.
yeah. Oh, Athena's great. The founder. She's so sweet.
Yeah.
Good one.
Couple of my friends have it and I've used it and been obsessed with it. And I was waiting for their Black Friday sale
Oh
this year.
yeah.
I waited a year to buy it.
Wait, the mask is on sale too? Okay,
Yeah.
that's a hot item. We gotta link that too.
Yeah.
Funny. Okay, so everyone
Um,
buy the monastery mask on sale. Support Athena's business. It's a good one.
yeah.
I have the
I
Theraface one. It has like massagers built into it
Oh,
too.
wow.
It's kind of a lot. Like one or the other, maybe. I don't know. I do like it, but it's like a little distracting when you're trying to like wear it just to get the benefits while working or whatever. It's like rubbing your scalp and your
Oh,
face.
wow. Yeah. Especially now in Los Angeles, I've been trying to, when I'm spending money, engage with the places that
Mm,
and people that I want to support. So I've been going
mhm.
to like restaurants that I love that have been there forever, and new restaurants that are opening, like Casita
Totally.
del Campo is one of my favorite places and always support them. And then there's a new place in Los Feliz called Wilds
Hmm.
that yeah, I think supporting the businesses and people and spending your money where it is
Mm.
going to somebody is
Right back.
important around this time.
So closing out the year, I think it's so nice to just like zoom out, not to get like too woo-woo. Some people do like whole vision boards and all that. And I'm not a big like resolution person, but I think it is still nice to think about like themes to reflect on and even
Hmm.
like new visions shaping up. Do you have any like learnings or keywords or themes that you want to share for folks from 2025 and anything shaping up so far for 26? Like for me, a theme for 25 was resetting and starting over. I tried some things, they didn't work, but I learned a lot. And I'm like just excited to get back to creativity and things that really light me up and inspire me and, honoring those values in 26. So I'm curious if there's anything like that for you that you kind of look back and reflect on meaningfully.
2025 was an insane year. And I think for Los Angeles, it was just a really rough one. And I feel like it brought everyone together, though. And that's what has been really amazing about it. Um, I think, yeah, we've all kind of been like figuring out what this new landscape is and rebuilding, you know,
Literally.
metaphorically and literally. And I think personally for myself this year, I've been like going through all of my archives and I have a bad habit of sort of just putting things in a closet and not really like looking at them. So I've if I turn the camera around, you could see there's film everywhere, and I've been archiving it all, and it's really nice to look back at the work that I've done. I think in this digital age, it's so easy to just things go live or are shared and then they go away and you never think about them again. So I've been kind of spending time with the things that I've done and then also I don't set a lot of goals, but there is like a trip that I would really love to do this coming year. And I think I got kind of out of the habit of traveling
Mm.
after the, pandemic and all that. So, um, yeah, I've been talking about I'd love to go to Japan and like book a little DJ tour and play some hi-fi bars or something and
A
just
lot.
travel around, go to the hot springs, go to the onsens,
Hmm.
do all that.
Endless highballs at all the all the spots too. I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see that for you. It's gonna happen for sure.
So,
Amazing. Well, time flies by. I can't believe this just rolled right through. Thank you for sharing all of your perspectives and insights and favorite things and little pieces of your worldview. It means a lot to have that perspective here. And of course, I just value you so much as a friend. So it's always good to hear what you're doing and how you're doing. So where can people find out more about you and follow along?
you can follow me on Instagram. Just my name, Isabella Behravan. Yeah, I post in my stories about, places I'm DJing and all that good stuff. And then, yeah, my photos are on there. I really should post more. I'm trying. It's hard for me.
You've got good stuff up there, but
Thank
and
you.
also soon to find you on Letterboxd, right? We'll find you
Oh
there.
yeah, and Letterboxd soon. Yeah.
I love
Yeah.
it. Okay, well, that wraps up this episode of the Ratio and Ritual Pod. If you want to dive deeper on our conversation, you can read the full written interview over on the Substack. And if you're enjoying these stories, please make sure to subscribe. I'd love it if you'd be willing to help grow this community by referring a friend or two. I even offer rewards like 1, 3, and 6 month premium subscriber comps for referrals. So thank you for listening and being a part of Ratio and Ritual. We'll see you again soon. Happy Thanksgiving if you celebrate.
Thank you. Thanks so much for having me.
Thanks, Isabella. Love ya.
Love you too. I'm gonna call you right now.
Okay, stop the
Okay.
recording.